Hey yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing part 2 of my knife buying guide, and yeah, today's video is going to be about straight edge versus serrated edges. If you see my first video, I did cheap versus expensive knives, like in a few, and I think I made some good points in that video. To be honest, I was kind of a ranting video because I was upset that I couldn't buy a certain knife. But like, you should now know whether you like expensive or cheap knives. Yeah, so today, and by the way, in both cheap and expensive knives you can both find straight and serrated knives. So yeah, both of these knives are cheaper knives, but that shouldn't matter because the edges on them are completely different, kind of. Okay, so this is a cheaper lockback. This is actually my first lockback, and this is in straight edge. As we can see there, it's got a straight edge. Some people call this a plain edge. That's totally up to you. And this one, I found it in like an old tool chest, so I don't actually know like if it has a company or not. It just says it's stainless. It doesn't even have a country of origin. So yeah. This one is the Cold Steel Super Edge, which has a serrated edge, as we can see there. So I picked these two because they're similar in size, because like, I was pretty certain if I just pulled out the massive one compared to like these, like people are going to say it's an unfair like example. And I don't have a large serrated edge because, spoiler, my favorite is a plain edge. Serrated edges do have their place, but I just personally prefer a plain straight edge. So the top one, the Cold Steel Super Edge, is serrated, and the bottom one, the No Name brand Lockback, is plain edge. Let me just try and get both of those in focus. There we go. I'm pretty sure at some point there I should get a good thumbnail. But yeah, so first of all, what are the differences? Well, the difference, like you can see the difference. This one has a nice, plain, straight edge. This is the most common out of the two. I think, like, we can all agree. And then you have serrated, which literally has little serrations on it, which make little teeth. I don't know if you guys can see the little teeth there. The quality of my camera isn't that great. Oh, that's a good view. You can see there are these tiny little teeth. Now, obviously the advantage to the straight edge is it slices cleaner. It doesn't really grab material. If you're cutting like a box, none of the actual like cardboard is going to end up stuck to it. That is a disadvantage with the serrated edge. What I noticed with this is, like, if I'm cutting a box open, parts of the box will actually stick to the serrations, you know, the little points. It gets stuck in there. Another advantage to using a straight edge is they're way easier to sharpen. Like, I can sharpen literally any straight edge knife, and I mean any type of blade shape, any type of design. I can basically sharpen it. The only thing I have trouble sharpening is if it's a double, like if it's double-edged. But I don't really like double-edged knives to begin with. You know, I can sharpen a clip point blade, I can sharpen a drop point, I can sharpen a Roncliffe, hawk blade, I can sharpen any type of straight edge. What I can't sharpen is a serrated edge. And the reason why is because if you want to keep this as serrated edge, first of all, these larger places of like serrations, like these large areas, I believe those are called scallops or scalps, I'm not sure. Those I can sharpen with a sharpening like stick, like a cone. I can sharpen those very easily. But these tiny little serrations, those aren't getting sharpened. I cannot sharpen those no matter how hard I try. You know, so honestly, once this knife gets dull, I'm going to turn it into a straight edge. I'm probably even going to make a video on it, like turning it into a straight edge. Yeah, so far I've given some reasons why a straight edge is better. Like I said, I personally prefer a straight edge, so I'm a bit biased towards it, but I'm here to give you guys the information. Easier to sharpen and it slices cleaner. Some disadvantages to a straight edge or a plain edge. I just call it a straight edge. You know, you could call it plain, whatever you want to call it. Some disadvantage is, like I said, I'm biased towards it. I can't give that many, but I guess the biggest one is it doesn't really tear into materials that well. What I mean is, like, yes, it can slice open like cardboard boxes, but the moment this starts to get dull, it can't cut that well anymore, especially with harder materials like cardboard boxes and maybe some lighter plastics. But with a serrated edge, and it's one of the pros of a serrated edge, is even if it's dull, it will still grab and rip the material open. And you know what, I'm actually going to get some paper because I want to show you how they both slice. Both of these are by no means freshly sharpened. This one, I believe, has a couple of weeks of light use on it, so keep that in mind. I always keep a piece of paper in my drawer. There we go, piece of paper, here we go. So this is just a regular notebook paper. You know, that's pretty good. You know, I missed a little bit on the end there. You know, that's pretty good. And now with the serrated edge, this is more for the knife people, because like knife people watch knife videos to watch cutting. So you know, it still cuts fairly well. You know, it is a cold steel knife. It is a cold steel knife, so I would expect it to cut well. You know, let's just go back to straight edge. You know, it's still pretty good. Oops. What happens as you cut, sometimes the paper bends and it like clinks up. You know how it is. So yeah, like both of these are very able to cut things. You know, but yeah, I personally prefer a straight edge. So yeah, so that's. Oh yeah, and also, can you see right here the paper that got caught inside? Maybe it's better this view. Can you see that? It like grips some of the paper, so then you got to clean it off. You know, it's just, that's just what I prefer. So yeah, like most of my knives are straight edge or plain edge. It's honestly up to you. It depends what your tasks are. If you're mainly doing cardboard boxes and like nothing else, then yes, buy a serrated edge. In a dream world where I can carry knives outside, I'm in the UK and we can barely carry slip joints, and even then, if you're still caught with a slip joint, you can still get arrested. In a perfect world, I would have both a straight edge or plain edge and a serrated edge. That's just honestly, like, in a perfect world where I could have anything that I wanted, that's what I would do. And I would carry both my cold steels. I would carry the Pocket Bushman on my side, on my right side, and I would carry the super edge around my neck, you know, so if my like main blade gets dull, I have this neck knife, you know. But yeah, I hope I did enough information to help you guys choose what type of knife is best for you. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. I'm probably gonna do like big knives versus small knives. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.